Hi, hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Anne and welcome to episode 2 of Bookshelf Battle, Shelf versus Floor. This is a brand new series that I have created alongside my partner to help me try and read my physical TBR, because I have not one but 4 bookshelves that are fully stacked and I'm not reading any of these books. So this challenge was inspired by Becca and the Books, her Shelve It or Scrap It series. So again, massive thank you to Becca for inspiring me to create my own, and we have a mission that we need to work on in this episode. So we've got a bunch of rules, so make sure to watch episode 1 if you want to know the full rules and how we kind of came up with those rules. But I have to read a minimum of 3 books in this vlog, but this one is a little bit different compared to episode 1. Because I've hauled a bunch of books in the month of February, like special editions and things like that, that I have to try and fit them on my shelf by taking books off my shelf. And whatever books I take off the shelf, I also have to read on top of the minimum number of books that I have to read. So we've got a minimum number of 3 and a maximum number of 5 that I have to randomly generate with a number generator. But then I also have to read all of the books that I pull off my shelf to get these books on my shelf. So let's just show you the pile of books that I need to try and fit onto my already full shelves. So we've got a beautiful special edition of A Sword of Shadow and Deceit. We have a special edition of Onyx Storm, special edition of The Ever King and The Ever Queen. We have books 1 to 4 in the Kingdom of Lies series. These were already on my shelf, so I'm pretty sure that these do have a spot on my shelf, unless I've already filled it up. We have Helico Rising, and we have Hope and Lies. I'm pretty sure these 3, book 3 and 4 in the Kingdom of Lies series and Hope and Lies, were just sitting on my floor. I recently just bought these. Hope and Lies I got in December as a Christmas present from C.H. Lynn, the author, for being part of her street team. So I'm pretty sure this hasn't had a spot on the shelf. So we are going to have to be smart about this and try and get these books on the shelf somehow. So we are going to randomly generate our number from 3 to 5. So there's not much wiggle room here. So we've got 3 to 5. We're going to generate. So we got 5. Fuck! Motherfucker. Okay. So we have to read 5 books from the stacks, and then also whatever I take off my shelves to fit these stacks of books on my shelf. It's fine. We're fine. It's okay. So what we're going to try and do is trying to get the special editions on the shelf first, and then we will see what I need to pull off and start to read for this vlog, and then we'll probably try and add some more onto it as we go. Alrighty, let's get set up for this and we will try and figure this out. Having a DJI Mini is now making my life so much easier, but as you can see here on my top shelf, I have all of my special edition books. So we need to try and fit the 4 special editions that I have on the shelf. So let's do a little bit of rearranging and see what we can fit and what we can't fit. So we need to pull these off. We need to pull these off. We need to slide these across to fit Onyx Storm. Then we have these. We have this one. So the goal for this series is to try and make sure that my stacks aren't double stacking, because on all of these shelves, they're pretty much double stacked. So the goal is to ideally just have one level of bookshelves. And I am eventually going to be getting new bookshelves. So we have, which is going to reduce the amount of space that I have, because we want them to be a single bay where I can only fit one book in, and it doesn't have a wide gap at the back. So we've got that. So let's see if we can get this Holly Black series, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, back on the shelf. And we can. So we're going to have to seriously do some shuffling, because I now have all of these to try and fit on my shelves somehow. Oh God. I need to definitely get these 3 on the shelves because these are sequels in a series. So basically, if I can get book 1, so maybe if I get this one on and pull book 1 off, so then if I have to read that one, I can read that one. So maybe we will replace that with this one. So then I can read book 1 because that's book 4 in the series. And then I might do the same for book 1 in this series if I can find it. I don't know where. Oh, there it is. It's down here. So we got book 1. So if I can fit, so we're down here now. So I just pulled book 1 from here. So if I can fit book 2 and 3, oh, I can fit them in there. Okay, that's great. So that's those 2, and then I also have to try and fit these on here somehow. Okay, yes. Yes. Is there a way for me to stack these in a clever way that will, oh my gosh, because I need to fit these still and not have these as well to read. Can I fit them in this gap here? Maybe. Oh, it's a bit of a squeeze. So maybe there. And if I can try and find a spot for this, that would be amazing. Okay. So after pulling off a stack of books, I have done some rearranging, and we have The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet and The Bone Season still left off the shelf. So do I try and read both of these in this vlog because they've been on my TBR for a long time, or do I try and fit one of these somewhere else? Because I don't honestly think I have enough room on either of these shelves, 1, 2, or 3, but I might have some room over on that shelf. But then again, is it also smarter to read these now, because I know I'm going to love them and I'm going to have to try and fit them on the shelf in this vlog somehow. This is already chaotic. Okay. I'm just going to go and start with these 2, and then we're going to go from there, because I still have a pile of books that I need to fit on my shelves. But we'll start with these 2, see how we go, and then go from there, because I'm already stressed and freaking out over all of this. So I'm going to go and I'm going to get some reading done. Goodbye. Don't act like a child, man. Okay, we may be in a bit of trouble. Hi, hello, it's been a while since I've updated this vlog, but I have started The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon, and I'm really enjoying it. I am on page 161, and to be fair, I am in a bit of a reading slump / a bit of a funk, so I've been really struggling to read, and it's not been a great time. It has been over a week since I updated this vlog last and started this vlog, and honestly I've only gotten 161 pages into this. Not that the book is at fault at all. I'm really enjoying this book. I was very much expecting something else when I went in, but basically this is in the year 2059, and we're following Paige, who is a clairvoyant, and in this world clairvoyants are banned, and she has to stay hidden, and she kind of works for the underground criminal sort of organization within this world, and she is one day going to visit her father and she gets captured, and we're kind of at that point now. I have no idea where the story is going, but I'm having a great time. Paige is Irish, so I'm loving that. I'm loving seeing all the little Irish slang and sayings in here, which is really, really good. But this is the only book that I've been reading, and it's been a struggle, and I've just bought a pile of books that I got at the op shop. So we are on a bit of a struggle, but I have finally just gotten The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers on audio, so I'll definitely be picking this up very, very soon and starting to make my way through here. But I think the plan of attack for tomorrow is to try and reorganize my shelves just a little bit, to try and get as many books onto my shelves as I can, so we are not struggling with this vlog. But I have to read 7 books in the next 15 days or I'm screwed, because I don't know what's going to happen if I fail this challenge. Anyway, we are here now. We are doing it. We are going to go and read. I just got home from Whangarei. We went on a massive hike, which was way harder than we expected, and I'm knackered. So I'm going to go and I'm going to continue reading this and hopefully try and finish this weekend, but I don't think it's possible because I haven't gotten anything read today. But yeah, we will see how we go. Hello. It is time to update this vlog because I have finally finished The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. I am giving this 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. It is so convoluted but so perfect. So if you don't know anything about this series, Samantha Shannon has actually revised this whole series, and they came out on the 10th anniversary of book 1, which is really exciting. This series isn't over. I know this is going to be about 7 books, and I think she's just published number 5, so I'm definitely going to be picking up book 2. I am so obsessed and I love this series so much. The tension, the magic system, the world building is just so interesting. And like I've already mentioned, I love that Paige is Irish. I love hearing the slang. I just love it. And Paige is definitely going to be one of my favorite characters of all time, I definitely think. So I am obsessed with this book, and I am so excited that I finally finished it. I do have to somehow get this on my shelf. I have done a bit of rearranging with my shelves, but I have quite a few books that I need to try and get on my shelves, or just decide to add them to my piles to get rid of them and start reading them. So I'm going to be listening to The Long Way to the Small Angry Planet on audio over the next few days. I haven't started it yet, but I will be very, very soon. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pick our next book off the stacks of books, which is exciting. So hopefully it can be something that is a little bit short. I have just done a count, and it is there's 45 books here. So we've got 1 to 45, and we are, if it focuses, we are going to generate 34. Okay, let's see what that is. So we've got our stacks here. Excuse the mess, it is quite a bit messy. What did I say? 34? 34. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Ooh, we have War Girls by Tochi Onyebuchi, which I've had on my shelves for quite a while, but this is a sci-fi, and I'm very, very excited. This is about 2 sisters from what I remember, and it is 2172. Climate change and nuclear disasters have rendered much of Earth unlivable. Only the lucky ones have escaped to space colonies in the sky. In a war-torn Nigeria, battles are fought using flying deadly mechs, and soldiers are outfitted with bionic limbs and artificial organs meant to protect them from the harsh radiation-heavy climate. Across the nation, as the years-long civil war rages on, survival becomes the only way of life. Two sisters, Onyi and Iffy, dream of more. Their lives have been marked by violence and political unrest. Still, they dream of peace, of hope, of a future together, and they're willing to fight an entire war to get there. I've been so curious to read this. It's been on my shelves for a long time. This cover is stunning, and this is in... I just added this to my diverse reads on my immediate TBR video, so I'll link that up above and down below if you want to check it out. But I'm very excited for this one, so we are going to go and get some reading done before it's bedtime, because it's almost bedtime. Is it on now? I just filmed for 40 seconds without any audio, so we're going to start that all over again. Okay, so I have made progress in The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, and I listened to a little bit of it on audio, and then I physically read it last night as well, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I am 176 pages in, and I found this to be a very quick read. I was a little bit worried going in, especially because I was going to be listening to it on audio, that I was worried about all the terminology and the technology talk and things like that, but I have found this story really digestible. So in this one, we're following Rosemary, and she's got some secret that she's hiding. We don't know what the secret is, but she's the only one who knows, and she ends up having to get a new identity and ending up deciding that she is going to go work on the Wayfarer, which is a spaceship that basically creates new paths for spaceships to travel. So it's on the Wayfarer, they create new stops for ships to travel through so they can get to new places, and they've got this big job that is going to be their biggest job ever and make a lot of money from it, and it is going into a dangerous scenario where war has sort of broken out, and we're just following them. We've met some different types of aliens, we've met many different humans who've come from different parts of humanity, which is really interesting, and I'm loving it so far. It's so easily digestible. It's a really quick read. I'm loving the found family vibes, and I'm loving how Becky Chambers is making this so easy to understand. Like what I find with aphantasia, that I can't see images in my head, so I find with things like describing aliens, I don't really know what they look like, but Becky Chambers has done a really good thing where she kind of compares it to insects and animals that we already know crossed with another something that we already know, so we kind of get an image in our head about it, which I think is great. So I'm going to go shower because it's hair washing day, and then I'm going to go back to this. I was going to pick up the audio again today at work, but I decided not to because I hadn't updated you guys, and I didn't want to end up finishing it before I updated you. But I'm having the best time. This is definitely a really good read, and I'm very happy to be reading this because I do have book 2 and book 3 on my shelves as well. So we're going to continue with this, and yeah, I'm very excited. I got a very exciting package today, which was my pre-order of The Sons of Echidna with the purple sprayed edges. We have the original here with the gold sprayed edges and the white tentacles, but we've got the purple ones here. Athena re-released book 1 with some new editing, new scenes added in, and I'm very excited to check it out. But I am obsessed. I love the sprayed edges, and it's just the perfect way to start today. So I'm gonna go, gonna shower, gonna read, and then I'll come and update you probably tomorrow with more updates. So I'm gonna go. It's finally the weekend. This week has been rough. Ryan is sick. I feel like I'm getting sick. Work has just been a bit of a shit show, but we are making progress in my reading. Last night I finished The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, and I think this is going to be... I want to give it a 5-star because I loved it, but I also feel like, was it a 5-star? I don't really know. So I feel like I need to have a little bit more of a think about this one. Generally, I'm trying to give 5 stars to books that are absolute favorite books that I'm going to reread, that I want to annotate, that I want to love. And although I did really enjoy this story, I just don't think that it's a favorite. I didn't fall in love with this as I thought I would. But it is still a really good story. It has really good messaging. It has really good found family, and I just did really enjoy the characters. But I do think that the climax of the story kind of was a little bit rushed. So talking about it, I think it's going to be a 4-star, and I don't think I'm actually going to keep this on my shelves, so I might actually remove this from my shelves just so I have a space on my shelves, because I need all the space that I can get. But I finished that, and I started War Girls by Tochi Onyebuchi. I only got 17 pages in because it was quite late when I finished A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet last night, but I'm definitely going to fly through this on this weekend. So this is following our main characters, who are 2 sisters. So Onyi and Iffy. Onyi and Iffy, and they are child soldiers. So we're following our main character, who has a bionic arm, and we're kind of following her as she's trying to take care of her sister, and also they're living, like, from what I can gather, they're in this sort of like bubble that the soldiers from the opposite, their enemies, can't find them. So even if the soldiers are walking past, they can't see them. That's all I've gotten so far. I haven't, like, I'm enjoying it so far. I've got some highlights and underlining that I'm going through. It is very easy to read. It is YA, so it's definitely kind of toned down a little bit. It's kind of funny that I went straight into 2 different sci-fi novels, but yeah, so I'm definitely going to be flying through this weekend and hopefully getting this one done and maybe a couple more. That's the whole plan, because we're not going anywhere this weekend. So yeah, now what I need to do is I need to figure out what video I'm filming, because I need to film a video for tomorrow to edit and upload it for tomorrow. So I need to figure that out. But yeah, maybe I should try and get some of these books on my shelves too at some point, because I have done a bit of rearranging. So that means I have some room on my shelves that I should be able to slip some of these books onto, which would be great. So then I don't have to pull more off my shelves to read in this vlog, because I'm already stressed. So yeah, I am gonna go and I'm gonna try and sort out my life, because I need a video for tomorrow and I don't know what I'm doing. So we're gonna go do that. Hello, good morning. So I've decided that I'm going to be DNFing War Girls by Tochi Onyebuchi. I am 130 pages in and I've got no connection to the characters. I had to Google what was happening in this book because I just could not understand it. I find that we were dropped into this world with no explanation, no kind of real understanding of what was going on. I thought that they were fighting in spaceships for a while. It's actually giant robots, and I had to Google that and figure it out because we're thrown into this world with no explanation, no descriptions, no understanding of where we are in the world. I know we're in Nigeria, but how we got here, where we got here, why we got here, and and how things work in this world, and I just don't understand it. And I've been trying to read this for the last 2 hours and I've gotten about 20 pages in. I'm just not enjoying this at all. So I think it's time to DNF and just try and finish some more books that I'm going to enjoy a lot more, because I think that this would end up being a 2-star. It is sad and frustrating because I was really looking forward to this one, but it is what it is and I'm just not liking it. So yeah, I'm really sad about this, but I just have no real connection to it. I know that this is exploring colonialism and a Nigerian civil war, but I only know that because I've Googled things. I've written notes about what this book was about, and yeah, it's just because I've been Googling things that I understand what's happened to this point. So yeah, it's time for a DNF. So we are going to pick our next book. So let me just count how many books we have in the stacks and then we will go from there. Alrighty, we've got 44 books. So we are going to do our next random number generator. So let me pull that up. 143, is it going to focus? Generate 35. So let's go over to the shelves, stacks I mean, and count out 35. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. 35, yes. Oh. So we've got the Big Black Book of Secrets. I think that this is a middle grade book, and I've had this on my shelves for a long time, so I definitely will be able to finish this today. It is 296 pages, so I can definitely fly through this one. I don't really remember what this is about, but we have when Ludlow Finch suffers an unspeakable betrayal, he runs from the rotten, stinking city. On the night he enters Pagus Parvus, a second newcomer arrives at the remote village. Joe Zabido, a mystery pawnbroker who buys people's deepest, darkest secrets, is searching for new customers and for an apprentice. Shadowy Ludlow seems perfect for the job, but as he begins his new life recording the villagers' fiendish confessions, Ludlow's murky past threatens to come into light. So yes, this was shortlisted for the Waterstones Children's Book Award, so it is a middle grade novel, but I am intrigued, although there was a lot of names in there that I couldn't pronounce. So we're going to start this one and see how we go. Did I just spend 6 minutes updating this vlog and not having my microphone on? Yeah, I did. Okay, let's try this again. Where did my book go? So it is way later in the evening. It is 9:30 now, but I had a lot of work that I needed to get done today, so I decided that I was going to get that done. But I did end up finishing the Black Book of Secrets, and this is a middle grade story where we're following Ludlow, and he has something serious happen to him where he runs away, and he comes across this man who takes him in and kind of teaches him how to become a secret broker. Basically, that means people come to them, tell them their secrets for them to write down, and they pay them for their secrets, and they will keep them safe. And this kind of provides relief to these people. I'm going to give this 3 stars. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was just a fairly quick middle grade to read. And I was feeling a bit sad after DNFing War Girls that I hadn't finished a book yet. But yeah, it was very middle grade-esque. It is a lot darker than I expected for a middle grade. There's a lot of discussions on death and murder, which is very, very surprising in going into a middle grade. But I did, at the beginning of the story, did enjoy that how a lot of middle grade authors will kind of play into this belief that these stories are true and real, because we have an author's note. It's basically saying like, look, I found this hidden and I'm telling you this story so you know that this is true, which I always love when things do that, because you know, when children are reading these books, their imaginations run wild. But yeah, I'm giving this 3 stars. It definitely has that sort of middle grade feel where you get a moral at the end of the story, basically telling you not to be greedy and to be kind. So we are going to do a random number generator. Well, I already had done it, and we ended up with 27. And we did do this because I filmed this whole clip and not have my microphone on. So we are going to go over to the stacks and we are going to pick out number 27. And yeah, my microphone is on now, so we don't have to repeat this again. Righty, so we are over by the stacks. So starting up here is number 1. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. We've got Cold Magic by Kate Elliott. So let's see if I can do this one-handed without dropping everything. So we have Cold Magic by Kate Elliott. So when science and magic collide, it is the innocent who will die. I've had this on my shelf for so long, and this is a fantasy. So I don't really remember what this is about. It is the dawn of a new age. The Industrial Revolution has begun. Factories are springing up across the country and new technologies are transforming the cities. But old ways do not die easy. Kat and Bree are part of this revolution. Young women at college learning of the science that will shape their future and ignorant of the magics that rule their families. But all of that will change when the cold mages come for Kat. New dangers lurk around every corner and hidden threats menace her every move. If blood can't be trusted, who can you trust? Okay, that sounds very vague. So I will start this and I'll let you guys know what it's about. It's definitely a YA, and it's been on my shelf since as long as I've lived here, basically. So it's been on my shelf for quite a while. The writing is pretty small, but I'm very, very intrigued. So we are going to go and give this a try and see how far I can get before I go get sleepy and want to go to bed. Hello. Excuse the quality and of the audio and the video, but I'm doing a phone update right before I go to bed, just because I have finally found the audiobook for this book, and I am going to be listening to that tomorrow when I get to work. But I am 140 pages in, and I don't know if it's me and being in a slump, but I'm not enjoying this, although it is taking a turn that I wasn't expecting, and we have a bit of a arranged marriage, which I wasn't expecting in this story. And from other synopses that I've read, there's dragons involved, so we will see how we go. But yeah, I think I'm just in this weird slumpy mood, that I'm just being very distracted with my reading because I've got 101 things going on in my brain at all times, and I'm just finding it really hard to actually shut off at the moment while I'm reading, which is a bit of a bummer. But yeah, I'm going to try and listen to some more of this on audio tomorrow while at work to start flying through it, because we are under the pump, as I've already mentioned in previous clips. We need to get this vlog done ASAP because it's almost the end of the month. So I'm going to go to bed now and then pick up my reading in the morning and while I'm at work, and I'll update you tomorrow when I get home from the gym and everything. So yeah, I'll talk to you when I've got some more to talk about. Hopefully it's me being in a slump and not the book, because I'm tired of reading books that I'm not enjoying. Fingers crossed. Hello. Okay, we are going to be very quick about this because my battery is on 7% and we need to get this done. But I finished Cold Magic and I think I'm going to give this 3 stars, but I'm definitely going to be reviewing that a little bit more in the next clip, but that is upcoming. But we need to quickly pick our next book. So I'm sitting beside the stacks. They are right here, and we are about to do our number generation for book number 5 of this vlog, I think. So we have 43 books in the stack. and we generated book number 31. So 1, 2, 3. Let's go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Are you kidding me? Oh, no. So, we have the Bachman books, which is 4 books in 1 by Stephen King. Man. We've got Rage, The Long Walk, Roadwork, and The Running Man. Hopefully, they're not terribly long. I don't know. But I know that I think Rage is about a school shooting, from what I know. But, yikes. Okay, we are going to read more Stephen King. I find that Stephen King's books are very slow and long-winded, so this is probably going to take me a while, which means that this vlog is not going to end at the end of this month, and I'm probably going to have to take punishment. Alright, enough yabbering. I need to go and start reading. Fuck my life. Hello. We've got another phone update while in bed. So I finished Rage. I finished Rage by Stephen King this afternoon. And this is the book with the 4 stories in it. But I started Rage last night and I finished it this afternoon. It was quite short. It was about a school shooting and kind of watching how and why he kind of did the things that he did, and also the students around him understanding what he was doing, which was quite different. I enjoyed it. It was very short and very precise and to the point, which I liked, because Stephen King is very convoluted with what he does and how he writes. But I also started the second book, The Long Walk, which is about this competition where these boys under the age of 18 take part in a competition where they need to keep walking, and if they stop or if they go slower than the recommended speed, they are eliminated from the competition. It's very interesting. It's again another fast-paced one. This is quite a bit chunkier than the first story, so it will take me a little while to read. But I also decided to pick out another book from the pile and not use the number generator, because I need an audiobook that I am going to listen to tomorrow. So I got Infinity by Sherilyn Kenyon, I think. And this is about a young boy, and that's all I really know. It is a YA novel, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. So we're really trying to finish this challenge with a couple of days to spare so I can read something that I really want to read. I always find when reading for certain vlogs, I struggle with, because I am quite a mood reader, that I struggle with wanting to read when it's not something that I've actively picked for myself. So I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to get some reading done tomorrow, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hello. Happy Saturday. So it is finally the weekend. This week has been absolutely manic, and I have been on the verge of a breakdown like 5 times. And once a day, basically. Tuesday I cried at work, so. But anyway, we are here to talk about books and reading. So I finished Cold Magic yesterday, a while ago, and I started to come back and update you guys. But I'm going to give this 3 stars. I waited too late. But I give this 3 stars. So This is one that I decided to pick up on audio just to finish it because I needed to finish it, and I wasn't really loving it. It was taking me a long time to read. I was very distracted while reading, and there was a couple of surprises in here that kind of caught me by surprise, and I was shocked. But again, I had no real connection to the characters. I had no real love for the story. I could have put this book down and never picked it back up again. So that's that one. It's going to be a 3-star, and I definitely think I'm going to be getting rid of it. I have made progress in my 4 books of Stephen King. I'm currently on book 3, Roadwork. Book 1 was Rage, and that was about a school shooter. And it was pretty good. It was quite short and quite fast paced. Again, Stephen King likes to say things that he probably shouldn't be saying. But that is just something that you got to live with when you're reading Stephen King. And then yesterday I read The Long Walk. So I actually have a full edition of The Long Walk. So I decided to take this off my shelf and read it with a little bit of a bigger font, because the font in the 4-book bind is very small. So this one was crazy. This one was about these boys sign up for a competition and they just keep walking until there's the last one standing. They have to walk at a certain speed, and if they don't keep up with that speed, they end up getting kicked out of the competition in a very drastic way. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was definitely fast paced. There was some times where it lagged, but then again, watching the slow sort of mental deterioration of these characters was definitely really, really interesting, and watching them go from really confident that they were going to win to when they were getting tired but having to keep going, and just the mechanics of how this is going to work with eating, drinking, going to the bathroom was very, very interesting to watch. So now I'm on Roadwork. I'm only a couple of pages in and I have no idea what's happening. We've had one guy having a conversation about buying a gun for his cousin, but you know that it's a lie. And he's like having this elaborate story of why he's buying this gun. So I'm very intrigued about that. So that is all the updates that I have. And I am now going to go and continue reading because I need to get this vlog done. So bye. Hello. I've been out in the sun for the last few hours at a barbecue festival, but I decided to do my makeup all pretty and nice, and I basically sweated it all off, so I had to come home, reapply it so I could actually do a video where I actually look semi-okay. But that's okay. So I have read a little bit more of Road Rage by Stephen King. Haven't made much progress, to be fair, because I've been out for most of the day, but I thought I'd give you an update because I spoke about picking up Infinity and trying to read that as well yesterday via audio, but camera was a bitch and immediately was like, no, you're not the person who makes the rules for this video or this series, so instant karma, your day job is going to be absolutely manic, so you're not going to be able to concentrate or listen to an audiobook. So my partner is the game master and kind of rule setter for this series, just because he is way more strict than I am and will actually keep me accountable for the things that I say in this series. So I've read a little bit more of Road Rage. I didn't pick up Infinity, but because the Richard Bachman book that I picked up has 4 books in one, basically, my partner has decided to be nice and allow me to count that as 3 or 4 books, which is exciting, which means once I finish this book, this vlog will be over and I'll have possibly a day or 2 to read what I want before I have to start the next vlog. So that is great. So I'll definitely be coming in and checking up with you when I finish Roadwork. I still have no idea what's happening in that book. It kind of seems like our main character is on the verge of a mental breakdown and he is talking to himself, but it's almost like a secondary person. He's talking to himself, but he's calling this person by another name, and this person is kind of replying back to him. So it's very, very on the verge of this guy having a mental breakdown because his life is falling apart. He's possibly losing his job. He's possibly going to be losing his house, which will then probably lead to him losing his wife. So very interesting, and I'm very intrigued to see where that goes. But I'm going to go film a video now because I look a little bit nice today. And I'm going to kind of soak up feeling pretty for once. I don't have time to be depressed, so I'm convincing myself that if I look pretty, I feel good. So we're doing that. So I'll probably do my makeup tomorrow too. But yeah, I'm gonna film and try and get a video up for today. Hello. We are finally finished with this vlog because I finally finished the Bachman books. So I read Roadwork yesterday and I did not enjoy it at all. It took me all day to read 300 pages. It was very slow. I didn't like the character. He was miserable. It was watching his slow descent into madness about this road that was going to be taking out his house and taking out the factory that he works at, and kind of watching him destroy his life by letting this road destroy his life. And I didn't like it, so I'm going to be giving that one a 2-star. But then we have The Running Man, and this one is really, really interesting. So this is basically set in 2025, where the world has kind of been destroyed. There is air pollution everywhere, everyone's getting sick, no one has money if you're in the lower class. And a lot of these people within the lower class decide to join these games that are broadcasted. And our main character ends up being pulled in for one of the biggest games after all the tests that he's gone through, and they realize that he can make them a lot of money if they put him in this game called The Running Man. So basically he then gets a bunch of money and he gets sent out into the world, and he has to stay hidden from hunters. If the hunters find him, they kill him. So we're following him on his journey as he is like running around trying to hide and being chased down. It was really, really interesting, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm definitely going to be giving that one a 4-star. I had a good time with it. So that is the end of this vlog. So we started off with pulling 2 books off my shelves to fit some of the books on that I read in the my special edition books on my shelf. So I read The Bone Season. I gave this 5 stars. I really, really loved it. And I'll definitely be continuing with the story, but that means I have to try and get it back on my shelf. And then we have The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. This is a 4-star read, and I really, really enjoyed it as well. But I think that this is going to be a book that I'm not going to reread, so I think that this can be scrapped and be donated to have some room on my shelf. And then we picked up War Girls by Tochi Onyebuchi. I picked this out of the stacks, and I sadly DNF'd this at about 120 pages in. I just didn't love it, so I wasn't going to slog my way through it. The next book that I read was Cold Magic by Kate Elliott. I gave this 3 stars. So we started this vlog quite high with the ratings, and then we slowly got worse and worse. But that's alright, because I did enjoy this book, but it wasn't the best. I found it to be a little bit slow going. I didn't have any love for the characters or anything like that. So I read this one. And then I also got this off the stacks, which was after called War Girls, I think. And this was The Black Book of Secrets by F.E. Higgins. And this was a middle grade book. Again, I didn't feel any connection to this, but it was a very quick read. So I'm glad that I got that off. So all in all, I ended up reading all of these. So The Long Walk was the other copy of Stephen King's book that was also included in this one, but I'm going to be taking this off my shelf as well. So we have gotten these books out of the way, out of the stacks and off my shelves. One of them is going back on my shelf. So we've gotten rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books. And now we have to go and fit this on the shelf somewhere. So I did rearrange my bookshelves a little bit. So we will go and we will just slide this on. And hopefully we've got some room somewhere. I don't think I've got any room on these shelves, but I definitely have some room over there. So let's go do that. And then we're finished with this vlog. So as you can see down there, I've got a bunch of room. So I'm just going to pop it over there. So let's go and do that. And there we have it. On the shelf. So it is on the shelf. So we started this vlog with 46 books in the pile and we ended up taking off 5. So we've got 41 books left in the stacks, which I think is not too shabby. So next month is going to be a little bit more chaotic because I have to add a bunch of books onto the pile, but we will be fine and we will get there. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a like, comment down below if you've read any of these books or if any of these books interest you, and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Bye.